me start by welcoming you to the reception for a-wak-en-ing, WiVLA's 2021 member exhibition. We have a couple of new members. We have a juried member exhibition every other year, and then in alternate years, we have a member collaborative event, and where literary and visual artists get together to create. So we'll start working on that event as soon as we get done with this one. So stay tuned. Also this year, because of the generous donations of our sponsors, or from our sponsors, we're also awarding prizes for the works that our juror, Rosa Ana Orlando, identified as worthy of special recognition. So I don't see them on the call, but please join me in recognizing Jerry's Artorama of Houston, Art Supply on Alameda Road, Texas Art Supply on Voss, and Blick Art Materials for donating the gift cards that will comprise our awards. I don't know about y'all, but I've frequented all those places. Before we go any further, I need to acknowledge the tireless efforts from our visual co-chairs, Marie Casamayor Harvey, sorry, mouthful, and Gladys Jones. Could not have done this without them. And I would be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge the invaluable support of Gretchen McDaniel, who has served as the wind beneath our wings on numerous occasions throughout the preparing for this event. I'm going to try to follow a little plan to this evening, something similar to what we might do if it was an in-person event. Normally by this time, we would probably be on our second glass of wine, eating some hors d'oeuvres. We would have seen the entire exhibition. Okay, yes, but that's probably your first glass. We're going to do it a little bit different. We'll start out with some comments from our juror, and then we will tour the exhibition, and then we will recognize the award winners, and then we can chat. So when we're going through the tour, I'd like to limit our conversation. I'm not going to require everyone to mute themselves, but I would like for you to mute yourself. And if there's background noise where you are, please mute yourself.
No, you should. You don't have to.
Plan, y'all. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce our juror, Rosa Ana Orlando. She's a museum specialist with extensive knowledge of art history. She has more than 15 years of experience in art collection management, as well as a strong background in exhibition planning and design. She has taught art appreciation at college level and has been a docent at a variety of museums, including art, history, and children's museums. As an independent art curator and consultant, she has led several curatorial art education programs. She has also mentored emerging artists and museum professionals. Her attention to detail, enthusiasm, and passion about the transformative power of art are reflected in all of her projects. Rosa Ana is an engineer with a Master of Liberal Arts and a Master of Arts in Museum Studies from Johns Hopkins University. She was born and raised in Caracas, Venezuela, and has lived in the United States since 2003. Rosa Ana, we so appreciate your efforts on making this exhibition a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, before all, I also have some words prepared as well. Well, thank you so much, first of all, to Gladys Jones, to Marie Casamayor Harvey, to you, Melody, and also to Gretchen McDaniel to contacting me to ask me to be a juror for this exhibition. It has been, an honor to go through the submissions. I think all of the pieces were very, very good. And also, of course, it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight. I would like to talk a little bit about how I made the selections and also how we came up with the groupings and the three main sub-themes that are, the path that we will follow when we see the exhibition. Well, first, of course, I love the theme, like awakening is a word that can have so many meanings and so different interpretations that is always interesting to see how artists respond to those kind of things. Like it's not fixed, it's not something that everybody's going to submit the same kind of work. It's a little wider, and that I like because it's interesting to then see what is it that the artists are going to be submitting, right? We had, I think, a very, very interesting diversity of media, materials, formats, sizes, and of course that's more difficult to see virtual, but still is interesting to see like the diversity of all the creative processes from the different artists. So for me, I started, I always try to make connections within the works in an exhibition, because I feel like maybe for artists is easier to understand an art exhibition, but in general, for the general public, it's easier if you give them like a path. So that's why I always try to find that path to then make it a little bit more cohesive. So that was the idea of these three groupings. For example, well, yeah, I started noticing like, okay, there are some works that had to do with nature, other works that have to do with more of more like news or the events that happening in the world, and some others that were more related to more like inner processes. So that's how then we came up with the three sub-themes. The first one is awakening through nature, and I think this is, of course, it responds, I think, to our current situation, because a lot of people, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, were very much kind of, inside. We were valuing so much to be outdoors. It was something that a lot of people needed to do to kind of cope with the pandemic, with living in quarantine. But also in general, I think connecting to nature is one of the ways that a lot of people find that made them aware of not only what's going on in the world, but also what's going on within yourself. So it's definitely something that is totally connected with the exhibition theme. Then the second sub-theme was awakening to new realities. And I feel that this is very relevant. It was relevant during the pandemic. It is still relevant because, I mean, just yesterday we awoke to new realities. But it is interesting to see how artists face those new realities. And the pieces in this group are related, some of them to the pandemic, but others to like the Me Too movement, and others are also, or at least to me, related to more like personal processes. So it is I think it's an interesting grouping. And then the final one is inner awakening, which is more about, definitely more like a personal search, more what you then find within yourself that you can then feel like that's an awakening for you. So those are the works that made me feel of these kind of situations. And I think that's pretty much how the exhibition is divided into these three sub-themes. In general, again, I enjoyed very much all the submissions that were received, and it is an honor for me to have been the juror for this exhibition. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, thank you. And so now I am going to share my desktop, and I can't tell what you're seeing because I have y'all over the side of the screen. So,
Oh, we see the image. Yeah.
but can you see this one is Paula
Yes.
Hammonds?
Yeah.
Okay.
What theme grouping is this?
This isn't in a grouping right here. It'll start in just a second. Okay, so this is the first grouping. And so is this the nature grouping, Rosa Ana?
Yes, this is exactly the first piece of the, well, or at least one of the pieces of Awakening Through Nature. Yes.
Okay.
And then just to add that in this grouping, we can see pieces that are related to personal observations or also refer to the formal qualities of the natural world. So it's a variety of reactions or responses to being, in communication or in communion with nature.
I really love those colors in that
Mhm.
photograph of June's there.
For those of you that are not familiar with this platform, we just turned a corner in the virtual gallery. Trying to get it to where you can see the entire description here.
Yeah, we can see it perfectly.
Okay,
Really,
great.
everything looks beautiful.
You're doing a great job.
So much pressure. Whoa.
And I think that's the first piece of the following section, like awakening to the new realities.
Okay.
No, it's not. Oh, no. The hidden emerge is the first piece of the. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but that one was already shown.
Okay,
So.
never mind. Never mind. You're right, Rosa. Sorry.
No, no worries.
I'm looking at the
Note this stuff.
catalog also.
No, it's okay. It's just, yeah.
Have some more wine glasses.
I am. Thank you.
I thought this one was interesting. Laser cut birch plywood and acrylics. I mean, geez, it's really interesting.
I love the toilet paper roll in there too.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like this a lot, Gretchen.
Yeah. What she does with fabric is amazing. Are you able to see that it's Gladys's? I can't, like I said, y'all are covering up my.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see
Okay.
it, yeah.
And this is the inner awakening section.
I love the colors in that one too.
Yeah, and here in this group, we can see that are more like more profound, more, deep kind of pieces that are more into like very personal or more into their,
Mhm.
deep emotions and feelings. And
This one made me think of chocolate. Life is a treat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yeah, I love the colors in that one too.
Thank you.
It's so
I
bright.
can't help myself. I love colors.
I'm just surprised there's not more purple.
Hmm.
I was on an orange and pink kick.
This one looks like 35mm film.
Mhm.
Which resonates with a couple of us on this call.
Mhm.
I love the fireflies. I mean, the dragonflies, excuse me.
Thank you. One day I'll tell you the story behind this one.
Okay.
I love this.
Is Denise on the call? I think I saw her.
I thought I saw her too.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Denise.
Hello.
Love those colors.
It's purple, yeah.
And the piece in general, you know.
Just went around another corner. Okay.
Well, you're showing me how to navigate this site better than I've navigated before.
Yeah, and I'm not using all the options. I'm being very simple. And here is our last piece, which we've seen twice because I started there.
Mhm.
So at this time, Gladys, would you like to tell everyone what the different awards are?
Sure. And I just thank everybody for all of their submittals, and there's just some amazing art in this. The third place is a $100 gift card from Blick Art Materials. Second place is a $200 gift card from Texas Art Supply. First place is a $200 gift card from Jerry's Artorama of Houston, and a $100 gift card from Art Supply on Alameda. And for the honorable mention, the piece that best exemplified the theme, they're getting a $100 gift card from Blick Art Materials. And our sponsors were just, I mean, it was just fabulous, the gift cards we got from all of these places. And we all know all of these places and love them and purchase lots of art supplies there.
It's true.
Anyway,
Okay.
so now Rosa Ana is going to present the awards to the winners.
yeah. Well, the third place belongs to a-wak-en-ing by Janet Ruffin. And I just want to say about this piece that, well, I found it very intriguing since the first image I saw. It reminded me of surrealist collages. And I like how it's full of symbolism. It has like the eye in the center and then like the triangle kind of pyramid shape and the nails. So I found that the complexity of this piece and the elements, the composition are some of the reasons why I feel this piece is so strong. Also the use of an eye, which sometimes is thought of the mirror of one's soul, was a very effective way to connect with the theme of the exhibition from more of an internal point of view. So, well, congratulations to Janet. This is a wonderful piece.
Is she on the call? I don't think I saw her this evening. Okay. Well, you don't have to be present to get your award, so that's the good news.
Yeah. Well, now we can move on to the second place, which belongs to Awake to the Light by Rona Lesser. I found this piece very beautiful. I love the combination of watercolor and charcoal. I feel like that gives a lot of texture and, hold on, I'm in the middle. Thank you, sorry, my son is here. So, okay, going back to what I love about this piece is, I love how the woman is in charcoal that gives like strength, but it's also very soft, the background, but I love how she's looking towards the light. I think technically it's a very strong piece. And I like that contrast of the figure using charcoal and the rest using watercolor. I think that combination of materials also emphasize the theme. So congratulations, Rona.
And Rona is here. Congratulations, Rona.
Thank you. Did the image reverse? Am I crazy?
Those are two different questions. I'm
gonna have to go look at the original.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. This is the only one that I've seen, so I don't know.
This is the only one I saw too.
Yeah.
That's the
Same
image
thing,
we got.
but I thought it was faced the other direction. So
Well, it worked out really well this way. So I'll have to stop by your studio to see if it's facing the other way.
It's because of Zoom that it shows up backwards.
No, I'm looking.
No,
That's not it.
no, we've seen it this way.
So Rona, what you can do with this one, if this is not the original, sell it for $1 million as an NFT.
I mean,
There you go.
it's the original. It looks exactly like it, except that I swear somehow the photograph is reversed. But
This is how we got it, yes.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
So I may be wrong. I may be remembering wrong.
Or maybe it's just a happy accident and then this way is, I don't know, stronger. Who knows?
Yeah, go with the happy accident.
I like it.
Anyway, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Rona.
you. Congratulations. And then the first place belongs to Hidden Emerge by Paula Hammond. I found this piece really to be a fantastic piece. It's technically very strong. I love the contrast of the dark, the areas and the light. I mean, what is very, very light. I love the hand. It's very, very strong. It immediately brings your attention to the hand, and also the texture of the fabric is incredible. I found that the elements are emphasize the theme as well, because the use of mystery, I feel, is what really kind of makes you think about what kind of awakening is this? What is she thinking? What is she hiding from, or what is she emerging from? So it's a very, very interesting piece. Congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, and I know Paula's on the call, and yes, it's a wonderful piece. And Paula, I don't know if you want to say anything about the kind of like the background of this piece. It's up to you, but
Sure, I'll be happy to. So I saw this photograph in my mind/spirit before it ever got created. And I was challenged to think about something in the light of human trafficking and people breaking through the bonds of human trafficking. And this vision, this image just immediately popped into my spirit, my mind's eye. And then I went about thinking, how am I going to bring this to pass? And happened to know this young woman. She's not in human trafficking, by the way, but she was my very sweet model. And I had that fabric. I've had that fabric for 100 years. And I used Melody Studio to bring I brought all my stuff to Melody Studio because I don't have a studio. And brought a black backdrop, and we just did it, set it up, and it worked. So it was very encouraging to me to have something just kind of show up in my mind and my spirit, and then be able to bring it to pass.
Well, it's absolutely stunning.
Thank
It
you.
is. I love it.
Honored to be in with all these other beautiful pieces. So I'm very grateful.
And Paula's one of our newer members of WiVLA. So we're so glad you're here.
And there's a reason why you hang on to fabrics and other things forever.
Yeah,
You never know when that's
Never
going to
know.
pop into your head.
Right.
That's true.
Never throw anything away.
And I think, well, now we will end at least the prizes section with the honorable mention for the piece that best exemplifies the theme. And that goes to Heroes Now by Debbie Gibbs. That this is a piece that definitely belongs to the Awakening to New Reality section. And I love how it really exemplifies the theme very powerfully. I love the use of black and white and color to emphasize the theme. And definitely the Me Too movement is been an awakening in many ways, in many fields. There is a before and after this movement, and I really think it really deserves to be the theme award.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Debbie.
Thank you.
And Debbie, did you want to speak to this piece?
Well, it definitely was meant to be about the Me Too movement, but all sort of recent women's protests and marches about any number of things. And right now we realize that there's a need for women's voices to be heard even louder and more. And they were silenced somewhat in the last few days. So I keep, I think back to the fact that women didn't get the right to vote until 1920.
Yeah.
So it's just one of the themes I work with a lot is women's voices and equity and justice issues and gender equality and so forth. So when I saw the theme, it was kind of just, oh, wait. And then I also have a thing about certain symbolic things. So the mouths are something I work with sometimes. And so I thought, oh, maybe I can make giant mouths filled with words. And so it just sort of all came together. And even though I never wear lipstick, I decided the lipstick looking lips would sort of say women even louder. And so, but every single one of those images in black and white and in the color ones are from the news. I mean, obviously I printed them out, but they are real stuff.
Yeah, still super relevant.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially for the last days. So yeah, it is a very powerful piece.
Congratulations, it's a great piece, very strong.
Thank you.
Her piece is hanging, well, both those pieces are in the studio right now.
Yep.
So yeah, so this is kind of fun. So some of us do have the pieces in our studios. There's a few of us that are at Sawyer Yards. So probably Rona, is yours there?
Not right now, but it could be.
Could be, yes.
Rona and I share a studio with one other person in the silos at Sawyer Yards. And so,
Yeah.
yes, she's right. Right now, I was going to go over and bring it home and hold it up for you, but I didn't get there. But it's there on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll definitely put some information on the website about where you can see some of these pieces. We'll definitely have the exhibition up for 2 months, and we'll have some information about how everybody that's in the exhibition can share. There's some tools in exhibit.com, which is what the platform is we're using, to be able to share your piece and the exhibition on social media and email. So, and we'll also have a couple of YouTube videos that you can share as well. Just
And
give you a little time.
if I may add something to plug the exhibit.com or our platform. This is a platform that Melody researched, and WiVLA has been using since fall of last year. So we are doing 6 shows a year, 6 virtual exhibits a year, featuring 2 visual artists and an author and a writer. And so the shows last 2 months. So I encourage everybody to submit, and we can feature your work. It's a great platform. I myself have a personal account, and I curate my own virtual exhibits. I would love to see more of you submit, and I love to feature your work. If any of you have not gotten back to us with your website and email, I put everybody's email, but if any of you, please send me or send to WiVLA Visual your website so I can plug it in and add it, so that when people look at your pieces, they know where to go look for you.
Right, and that's actually visual@wivla.org. Because right, if something is available for sale, the price is here. So there are a handful of them that aren't for sale, and so there's just no price listed there. So if somebody sees it and wants to purchase it, we do have your email address so that you can sell it. WiVLA will take no cut of the sale.
Yeah, we want to make sure that people can reach you
Mhm.
if they want to purchase a piece or they want to see more of your work.
And also, just to more about what Marie was talking about the 2-month virtual exhibit that we have on an ongoing basis. It's not like you're going to get juried to get in. It's a first come, first served basis. You sign up, and so you don't have to worry about competing against somebody unless there's 2 of you trying to sign up at the very same time.
I did one of the first ones. It was great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you did. I do want to say something about a-wak-en-ing, because I curated it, but Rosa Ana made my work so easy, because these subcategories or categories just were incredible. And the way that the order in which she chose to feature the work and how it flows, it just made my work so easy. All I did was I followed her guide in when I curated or hung the pieces, when I put the pieces together. So that it's just, I just love the way. And now that I'm seeing it through a different lens,
Yeah.
I'm more in love with the exhibit now than before when I created it.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure for me. I mean, it came natural. And as I said, when I sent them, it's a suggestion. Of course, I was, just offering suggestions about it. I didn't want to, but I feel like, it flows very well.
Yeah, it flows. It's just incredible. It's a very powerful exhibit.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All the work is excellent. There's
Yeah.
some pieces I just really love in there that just spoke to me. And I know we were asked for some statements. I don't know.
So, okay, so we're going to be using, so the women who won different prizes, or awarded different prizes, so we will be using your artist statements in different ways. We're going to be adding, first of all, we're going to be acknowledging your awards on this this platform. So we'll be going in and making a couple of edits, and there is room for some excerpts of your statements here, but we'll also have them on the website and in a newsletter as well.
All right, thank you. I just wondered what I found it a little hard because of the way that piece was done, which was a figure drawing session where you don't really go in with an intention, but I did intentionally pick that paper for her pose. And I intentionally, I mean, when I go to those figure sessions, the ones that don't say anything get trashed.
Mm.
Only the poses that come across to me as saying something in the way the body is, the way the expression is, are the ones that get out to the public.
Yeah, we all have that with
So in that
our
way, I do have
self-curation
an-
process, right?
Well, in that way, I do have an intention. It has to say something. Otherwise, it's just a practice.
Mhm.
Melody, can we show Janet Ruffin's piece again? We gave everybody else a chance to say something about their piece, but she's not online.
Is it?
But yeah,
I love this piece.
what she sent was, I just want to say a little bit about what she said. She created this piece in response to moving away from a grief that's taken years for her to move beyond. And it was giving her a distance to embrace the memories and understand all of the dimensions the relationship gave to her. That's what this piece meant to her. And I just feel like I needed to, give y'all an idea.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is that piece wood actually? Is
Yeah,
it a three-dimensional piece?
it is
Yeah.
a 3D piece.
Oh, I
yeah.
just think it's spectacular. I'd love to see it
is.
for real.
It is. It's a really special piece.
It is.
Yeah,
I love all the pieces of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been nice to see all of these in person. We're really hoping that we'll be in person for our next show.
That would be nice.
We're going forward in that way. We know that we can pivot, we just don't want to. Let's see, let's go through.
Well, there is one easier thing when you do it online, is we don't have to find a place.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing.
That's very tricky over the years.
It
Trying to
is.
find somewhere. And it's
It
been getting worse in Houston.
Yes,
So
because we're looking for a place for next year. So if any of you have any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, we've been looking for a few months now. So it's yeah, as soon as we have a venue and get a theme, you guys can start working on the next project, get those creative juices flowing.
and I love this piece too. That's Paula. It's just so emotional.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the piece was really to focus on the struggle coming out of that life and how they're so often snatched and lured, against their will, and they're hidden from our world and our society for the most part. I mean, they live in the shadows. And so the fight, the way she's grabbing onto that curtain, it just really speaks to me, the fight that they go through to break out of that life. So I appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Do you want me to read the poem, Paula?
Sure.
Or do you want to read it?
You read it. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay. So she wrote a poem to go with this piece called Hidden Emerge. Living in the shadows, a life stolen and hidden away, invisible in a busy, distracted world, lured, trapped, powerless, hopeless. A light shining in darkness, revealing the truth of human value, emerging to a new life of freedom, power, hope for a future. That really
Wow.
She's her own collaboration.
That's very powerful.
It's very
It is.
powerful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your efforts in curating and jurying.
Let's see, I'm gonna see if I can go out of this. Okay. And so, gosh, we went through that so fast. Okay, so is everyone on this call familiar with this platform, or has anyone not seen it before? Because I can do a quick little tutorial. So when you get into it, so like what I did tonight was there's this little, I'm still sharing, right? Okay, there's this
And
little,
if I may add real quick, that the best way to view this exhibit.com or our virtual exhibits is to view them on your laptop or your desktop on full screen, because it makes a big difference. If you view it on your phone or any mobile device, it's going to ask you or prompt you to download the app. And the images are so small that you don't see the richness of the images. So I just love when I'm curating these, because I have a big Mac and the images are just, giant on my screen. And I think that's the best way of viewing it.
I agree. I've tried viewing it on my phone once.
It's interesting because some of the pieces are not very big, but you can't until you read it. And some are very large, like Zita's, and you don't realize it till you read the dimensions because of the digital aspect.
Right.
And when you're curating these, you can actually play with the sizes. So what I did, some of the images that were small, I resized them, even though you're reading the correct dimensions for your viewing aesthetics. I made them bigger so that they would not be lost next to a larger piece. So, I mean, that's one of the beauties of this platform, that you can play with it and do so much with it. I hope that in the future we get more WiVLA members submitting work.
Yeah. So there's
Just for people to know about that little envelope there in the middle on the left of your screen that you're showing, because when you click on that, you think it's just inviting someone to the exhibit, but it's where you can just immediately click on Facebook, and whatever picture you have on the screen, it pops up on your Facebook. So you could take the one of yours or whatever, and it pops up and you can share it. And it also attributes WiVLA and it attributes exhibit.com. So you don't actually have to do anything but say, hey, look, here's my picture.
Yeah, right. So Paula could come in here. She's on her picture here. And so it's Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, and then email. And so you can just click on one. I'm afraid to do it on Zoom. Otherwise I would do it. But yeah, you click on it and it opens up this image in your Facebook account, for example. And then you can add a comment and then post it to Facebook. So it brings people then to the exhibition as well.
Oh,
It's so ezy.
Thank you for that. I didn't know about that.
I always
neither did
fiddle with
I.
So where was I? Okay, how to move. So I was clicking on the catalog. So this is how I was navigating through. But when I saw that there was a long description or a long name, like Marie, for example, I used the cursor keys over here. And so the cursor key is like you're standing still and you're sort of turning your body. So I'm like, I'm looking here, I'm looking here, I'm looking down, or I'm looking up. That's what the cursor keys do. Whereas the W and the Z on the keyboard, it's almost like you're on like a ladder that's automatic. So it's like it moves you up and it moves you down. Okay, so you're stationary, but you're moving up and you're moving down, or you're going walking straight side to side if you're using the A or the S.
Yes.
And so you can also use your mouse and kind of drive through it. And so you can go across the room, you can see another image, and you can go zipping across the room if you want. And if you see something, you can just click on it. So to show you how.
And also the little image on the upper right corner.
This.
Yeah, it just gives you a different view of the image with the title, artist name, and all that.
And Paula then can, by clicking invite, since I'm on her picture here, you can get to the same social media options here. And then if somebody's looking at it and wants to, like, how can I buy this? They can click on inquire, and an email message comes up and they can send email to Paula. Of course, I have no idea how to get back to where. Okay,
yeah, there you are.
So, thankfully, that opened up another window. Okay.
Yeah, and then you go back. Yeah.
But by using the mouse, you just kind of put the mouse in the direction you want to go, and you can kind of see down the wall, and you can look across and you can say, oh, I want to see this one. And then you click on it and you go zipping across the room to see a close-up of Donna Perkins. And so if there's one like, let's look at this one. So if you want to get really up close to it, you can use, I'm hoping I'm right here, the up arrow. Yeah, and I'm walking closer and closer. And that's as close as I can get to it. On some of them, it seemed like you can get closer. So if you're looking at one of, say, Gretchen's, which is she's a fiber artist a lot of the time. And in this one, and I'm not sure where hers is. Here it is.
Yeah.
You can get a little up close, and of course that's about as close as I can get on this one. But you are able, in some of them that I've seen, maybe it's because I'm not in full screen, it's almost like you can see stitches. You can get nice and close.
You can see the textures.
So now I'm using the arrow down key to step back. And if I use the A key, now I'm moving sideways. I'm walking sideways.
Marie, does the program, it lets you choose whether it's got like a black frame or a white frame, when you kind of look at them sideways?
Yes, you can add frames, you can add mats. So you have options of colors for frames and mats. You can change the wall color. You can change the color of the text on the wall. So in this case, I chose a dark gray. So then the text showed up better in white rather than black. So it's a very versatile platform. I find I like it a lot. There's a few out there. We researched this one when we were looking into adding this to WiVLA as another perk to our members. And it's a very user-friendly platform. A lot of artists are using it. I mean, like I said, I have my own account and I curate my own exhibits. I currently have one of collage works, and I'm working on creating a new one in the next few weeks.
Wasn't this designed by somebody in New Zealand?
It's in New Zealand.
Yes.
It's in New Zealand. And believe me, I've been in touch with the lady. She's very cool, because anytime I SOS her, she gets back to me right away.
Yeah, the only challenge I've had with them is the time zone challenge.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
if you're a night owl like me, I think she and I go to bed at the same time.
no, that's not the challenge I have. If I say I wanted this exhibition to go live at 1 a.m. on September 1st. Well, it was 1 a.m. September 1st in New Zealand. It went a little earlier here.
Yeah,
See, Marie,
you have to be mindful of the time change and select central
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Another thing is that it is default to the dimensions being in centimeters. So when you upload your first image for any exhibit, you have to make sure you change to inches. And then after that, all the images in the exhibit will be inches. But if you make the mistake of not changing that, everything will be in centimeters and then the images will be very small.
Yes.
by the way, I see Marie Scher is online now. Not her picture, but her name's there. I don't know if she wants. She has the Wonder Woman self-portrait
Oh,
and the other piece with the corona.
I didn't know it was a self-portrait. There she is. She's
She's probably
incognito.
muted. Oh, she
Oh,
was.
it's Sally. Okay, a bunch of y'all have snuck
Now
on.
now I don't see Marie anymore, but she was on there a minute ago.
Yeah, she was. It scared
Hey,
her.
y'all, it's been fun, but I've got to run.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And
and
thank
yeah,
you to everybody.
yes, thank you. And thank you again. I don't think I see any of our sponsors that have snuck on. Like I said,
Jim Matthews. Who's Jim Matthews?
can't.
Hi, Jim. Jim is
don't-
my brother-in-law, sort of.
Okay, so he's not a sponsor. Okay, and I wouldn't recognize, like I said, I wouldn't recognize the manager of Jerry's Artorama because I've only seen her with a mask, so she'd have to wear a veil for me to recognize her. Yeah, we recognize each other with our masks on. But yeah, I'm glad some more people were able to join. Marie, I think I still see Miss Shear on the line. Are you there, Marie? She's not speaking.
Her sign is, but I don't know,
Yeah. Okay.
But I know that particular piece is a self-portrait. She's done pieces like that, and she started transitioning into wood, like this wood, a while back. So
that's really amazing.
yeah, Josina has one of her pieces at her house, like with, I think it's a Wonder Woman piece. So
Yeah, I like that. Well, ladies, it's been a fun evening. Once again, Rosa Ana, thank you so much for all of your efforts. We really appreciate it. And I will let everybody know when I have both recordings, the recording from tonight as well as the additional recording that I'm going to do of the exhibition where it's just going through it with music, okay? And as a reminder, it will be available live for everyone through October 31st.
And please share it on your social media and with your contacts, on your newsletter. Yeah, share it with all your followers.
Indeed.
thank you.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Thank you
stop.
again. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rosa.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure working with you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, all the hard worker bees of WiVLA.
Thanks, Gail. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.